Hi there, Peter here. Hope that this video finds you all happy, safe, and well. I am filming this video in dedication to one of my very dear and close friends that I love very much. And I spoke to her last night. She's going through a very, very difficult time in her life. At the end of our conversation, she said to me, she goes, I wish that I had recorded that so that I could refer back to this at a later date. And then she also went on to mention it'd be great to shoot something like this and put it onto YouTube because I think that it would help a lot of people out as it did help me. So I am going to shoot this video because of that reason. Now, with last night's conversation, I was having cues from my very dear friend that was leading the conversation and pulling the conversation in different areas, and I was giving her my opinion about how to get unstuck in certain areas and take positive action and move forward, and giving her different scenarios on the different points that she was having troubles with. So she said that she would like me to record this video, but I don't think it's going to come out with the same passion and feeling as what the actual conversation that we had last night, because as I said, it was just flowing because I was getting the cues from her, and it was, it was a great conversation. It was a very motivational conversation for her, and she felt fantastic after it. But I'm just going to basically try to recreate it here if I possibly can. So, first and foremost, when I refer to higher power or infinite creator or creator, I'm referring to what most people would call God. I don't use God because it's very cliche, but I use higher power or infinite creator for that, because I do think that there is some sort of higher power out there that created the first atom or molecule that joined together, that created planets and became the existence that we are, and invented or built or created the millions of solar systems and life forms that we have out there. So that's what I refer to as infinite creator. And I do believe that there is definitely a higher power out there, and a God, or whatever you may want to call it. Anyway, my friend was feeling lost, and she went over all of the scenarios why she was feeling lost and down. And I'll just go over a few of those. One, she lives abroad. She doesn't have her family here, so she's really missing her family. She just recently broken up with her long-term partner of 3 years. She's battling numerous health issues as well too. She is also doing numerous work that she's had to go and do this by herself, and she's had a very big festival that she had to perform at, that she had to go and do this alone. So she's going through many struggles, also moving house as well too, because she moved out of her partner's home. So she's going through many struggles here, and she's been feeling particularly down about the breakup because she did really feel a connection with this particular person. And she was just said to me that she was feeling a bit lost with what she should do. The main point that she was emphasizing is her breakup with her partner, and then also missing her family, and how envious that people in Australia have got their family, or when we're close to our family, that she can just go and visit them, and her close intimate friends, because she only thinks that she's really got one close intimate friend where she's living overseas. And I basically just said to her, I said, you need to just understand that, number one, Infinite Creator is not going to send you any task or test that you can't survive. So even as hard as what it was, that the situation that she is in, I said to her, you are never going to receive a task from God or Infinite Creator that you can't survive or get through. And every task is a test, is to teach you something, whether that be in the moment or that might be used later on. So all of these are tests that she's going through: the breakup, the health, the performance, her family, not having money, whatever it might be. So she was feeling lost, and I just reiterated that point with her. She also started off the conversation saying that she was having a few wines and she was self-medicating by having a few wines, and she just wanted to feel numb. And I have said this to her before. I said, self-medicating isn't going to help you, and that's why people are addicted to all sorts of substances. And I said, tomorrow when you wake up and you're hungover, you're still going to have to deal with the same situation, but you're not going to be feeling as great because you didn't get a good sleep and you're hungover, and you're going to be feeling worse than what you did last night because you are feeling hungover or coming down from whatever it is or whatever it might be. And I said that you have to submerge yourself in the pain. You have to dive deep into the pain and work through it. And particularly I said to her regarding her breakup with her partner is that you're going to go through numerous stages of grief. And I actually did recommend that she get a fantastic book called You Can Heal Your Heart by Louise Hay. And if you are going through a breakup, I highly recommend this book. It is a fantastic book and a fantastic reference book that you can pull the different quotes and references from. And there's numerous breakups in there, from close interpersonal relationships to losing a pet, to gay relationships, to people that have passed away. So it's many facets of grief, and it's a fantastic book, and it's really helped her out. And I send her many also quotes that I may hear or see on YouTube, and I forward those to her, and she was saying, look, I know I've got all these things, but I'm just feeling lost. And the advice that I gave her is, in this particular moment, she was saying that, look, I don't know what to do. Possibly I should go home. I might stay here. I don't know whether I can come back. Vaccinations, rah, rah, rah. And I said to her, I said, higher power is forcing your hand to move your chess piece on your board of life. He's telling you to do something. You have to make a decision and do it, because you're sitting idle and you're sitting on your hands, and he's forcing you to do this. And with any tests, Infinite Creator will keep on beating you over the head with the same test. If you're not getting it, he will just beat you continually over the head with the same test until you get it and until you learn. And that is really what's happening with my dear friend at the moment. I say, look, you're going to have to move. He's telling you to move. He's forcing you to move and to do something in life because you're sitting idle and you're feeling lost. And she goes, I'm feeling lost. I don't know what to do. And I forgot what her exact words were. And she says, I feel like I don't know where to go. And I said, you do know where to go. There's a fork in the road, and you can either go left or right, but you've got to make a decision and you've got to act soon. So some of the suggestions I said were to her were vaccinations. She was scared that she couldn't get back into Australia and back to where she's currently living. And I said, okay, look, you've got to make a phone call or do some research. She says, look, it's very unclear, it's very shady. I said, look, ring the Australian consulate and they will know. Or go to the Australian consulate. She says, yes, so I'm actually going to do that. I'm personally going to go there and clearly find out what the protocols are for me to get into Australia and back to where I'm currently living at the moment. So right then created a positive wave with her, because she had taken some action and she's got a plan now about what she's going to do. So she's going to get this information and then she'll make her decision off that particular plan, whatever that may be. And I said to her, I said, you've got to make a plan and then you've got to execute. And execution is the key. So I'm hoping that she has gone to the Australian consulate and got some answers about what she can do, because that's going to basically, it's just like a wave. It's going to keep on going. So now she has to make a decision on this. Yes, she can get back to Australia. She's going to come back to Australia. And one of the suggestions I said was to come back to Australia and possibly regroup, get some love, and then go back and do what you have to go and do. But sometimes you need to come back and regroup. And I did tell her a story about The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. I said, I just had listened to a podcast with Dwayne Johnson. And there was a time when he was a gridiron player, American football player, and he was ravaged by injuries and his career was over. And I'm quoting this right. He flew back to Miami and his father picked him up from the airport, and he pulled out his wallet and he had $7 and something cents, 50 cents, $7.25 or something like that. And I think that he said he named his company after that, but it was definitely $7. And I just said, look, this goes to show that even The Rock was broken in every facet. He was living back at his parents' place. He had no money, and the rest is history. And then I also told my dear friend about this, that look, I went through a divorce, a horrible divorce where I lost absolutely everything. I'm not going to go into figures here and mention them on YouTube, but I moved back into my parents' house, and I lived in my parents' house for 9 years. And the first 7 years living at my parents' place, I was there just to get back to zero. I'm going to reiterate that point again. I lived at my parents' place to repay back all of my debts for 7 years, and I was working full-time, no holidays, no breaks. I was working full-time just to get back to zero. It took me 7 years to get to zero. I stayed there for another further 2 years to save some money and get back on my feet. So it was 9 years altogether. And it was just a learning curve for me, and I had to do that. And I thank my parents very much for lending me the roof over my head, because it would have taken me a lot longer if I was renting and paying money and not having their love and support to get me back on my feet again. And I'm very happy where I am at the moment. So these are some points that I basically was basically just telling Jane. And I also reiterated that one particular point is with, she's a very dear friend of mine, with my friends, when I'm on my knees at my lowest moment, I don't want my friends to get down on their knees with me and put their arm around me and say, everything's going to be okay. I don't want that. They're not the friends that I want. I want friends to say, I'm here to listen to you if you want. Though I want them to reach out their hand and pull me up and lift me up and dust me off and say, you've got this, I've got your back, and let's work out a plan that we're going to get you back into action. And that's really my main point that I was really trying to tell Jane is, and I gave her some tough love. I said, look, I'm going to give you some tough love, but this is what you've got to do. And I know that males and females hear things in different ways. A lot of males want to know the solution to their problem, and a lot of females want you to listen to them and to just hear their problems. But I was giving Jane some tough love, and I was saying, Jane, the universe is telling you to move. You've been put in this situation, you've been shuffled around, you have to make a move. And this is going to be a test to make you learn to become a better person, and the outcome is going to be better for you in the long run, but you have to make the move. And we put some positive plans of action into place, and she feels exceptionally happy about what has happened and what we had come up with in the plan of action that we had come up with. So I was really happy about that. Then she said, you've got to film this and do it. Now, this has come out nowhere near the way that our conversation came out with me and my beautiful friend. And I wish that I had recorded it, because it was great. I was just in flow state, and it was really fantastic. And I was being quite firm with Jane about what she had to do, and I was listening and to her struggles and her complaints, and about how hard life was, and this and that, and she's not deserving of this, and I don't deserve to be dealt this hand. And I was being quite firm with her. And when the conversation had ended, she had a plan of action and she felt a lot better. But she also felt a lot better because I was going to release this video. So again, I'm releasing this video in dedication to my beautiful friend, because she wanted me to release this, and she thought that this may help other people. And this is what I'll be releasing, maybe one of these a week or every fortnight, just to try to help people out, because it is something that I am really trying to do. And I've been finding that I've been helping a lot of people out over the course of this year that have been stuck in certain situations, and really helping them out to great positive benefits. And they've been really appreciative of me. And same with my beautiful dear friend that I spoke to last night. She actually said something to me that really moved me. She said, "You're the most inspirational person in my life." And I just went, that's fantastic, because my inspirations are Anthony Robbins and Gary Vaynerchuk and Joe Dispenza and the sorts like this. And for her to say that to me is the reason why I recorded this video. I hope that you like it. Click like and subscribe if you do. If you have any comments, leave it in the comments below. I'm here to help, and this will be a further course that I'll be, or videos that I'll be making, and wanting to help people out and help the greater community out to be happy, healthy, and well. And really, there is nothing more important than being happy and healthy. And as Anthony Robbins says one of his famous quotes is, "Success without fulfillment is failure." So make sure that you're fulfilled, make sure you're happy, make sure you're working on yourself. And until the next video, remember, you have got this. Peace and much love. Bye-bye.